Happy New Year, Pisces. It's Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. Welcome to those new people here. I hope it's going to be a bright, fresh start for your life in the coming 12 months. Now, the first eclipse of the year is an important one for you, Pisces. It happens in the 5th house. 5th house, the eclipses always take place near these lunar nodes, what we call Rahu and Ketu. And really I'd say straight off the bat that what's important for you this year is to take a chance. You need to take a gamble, especially if you've been stuck in a rut doing something that you're not happy with. We can see you have numerous desires and ambitions for the coming year. I talked about this sector of the horoscope, the 11th house having to do with desires, having to do with friendships, social activities and networking. This eclipse seems to be far outweighed by all these extraneous factors. You want something, but you may not have either the courage to do it, or you're too dispersed in too many directions. So that's the first lesson of 2020 for you. There's a temporary shift of Saturn here into your 12th house, where you see Venus transiting, planet of love. This is a luxurious placement. Saturn will put the brakes on that up until July 4th, when it does a retrograde movement back in to reflect on the decisions that you've made, especially regarding these friendships and the desires that you have, your life objectives at this time. There are 2 eclipses in June. This is going to be a powerful month for all of us. The first one in Sagittarius, here in your career sector, and the second one back here in this sign of Cancer. Now it's interesting that they fall in that order. Firstly, your career, your work, your profession, development of your ego, yourself, the pinnacle of your life. And then this 5th house of gambling and speculation. This could be a period in your life where you have to make some very, very big decisions. Are you going to retain the current status quo? Are you going to stay the path of what you're doing? Are you going to take a chance in life and maybe do something along the lines of what it is you've always desired? You see, this 11th house is your lifelong ambitions. 3rd house is desires. Unstable Uranus can sometimes act in a positive manner by abruptly, suddenly making you think, bang, I'm out of here. I'm going to do something completely different with my life. July 4, I mentioned the transit of retrograde Saturn back into this area. That's a review. Close on the heels of these 2 eclipses. Got it? Reappraisal of your life direction. What it is that's meaningful to you. Oh, let me rephrase that. What's meaningful to you may not actually be beneficial for you. There's a distinction, and that, I think, is what this transit has to say. July 5th, straight after that, there's another eclipse here in Capricorn. You see where we're going with all of this? You have to look at the repetitive themes to see the general flavour of what's happening. November 30, there's an eclipse in the sign of Gemini, here, the 4th house. Now that's a departure from all of this. This has to do with the family circumstance. It's got to do with real estate. It's got to do with your domestic bliss or misery. And so it shines a light, or rather it eclipses the light to bring up all of that hidden shit that you've been hiding, most notably from yourself, if there's stuff there that you haven't looked at. Yeah, suppressing all of that stuff is explosive down the track. It's like welding the lid on a pressure cooker. That's going to explode. So at least under these eclipses you have an opportunity to let a little bit of steam off, have a close look at what it is that's causing some of those issues in your life. 4th house has to do with your mother. Most notably, it's got to do with the income of your siblings. It's got to do with the losses of your eldest child, if you happen to be a parent. It's got to do with the acquisitions of your enemies and co-workers. It actually has a lot to do with the career and upliftment of your partner or spouse. So a lot of these issues may, one or the other, or maybe severally, those issues will arise during and after the eclipse, November 30 in Gemini. December 15, another very, very powerful one, and this is a defining one for your career. Solar eclipse here in Sagittarius again. Now, the Sun is a malefic planet for the Pisces ascendant, and the solar eclipse is good in a way because it stops that energy and gives you the opportunity to make headway. So this is a great opening for the following year, 2021, for you, and definitely some marker for upliftment and change. That change we've been talking about through the reading for the whole year may happen late, but as I say, better late than never. And finally, there are two final transits in 2020 happening simultaneously, the transits of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, one of your ruling planets, moving here into the 12th house. This could be a period where you make a decision to spend time out of the limelight, doing things in quiet, in private, withdrawing your energies, at least for a time being, to recover, to regroup, to reassess what it is you want to do. So I think 2020 for you is a year of success if you want, but as much a year of transitioning and reevaluation, Pisces. Now, I've written 3,000 words for you, for the Pisces sun sign. And you can get that at astrology.com.au, and it's going to fill in all the blanks of this very compressed yearly overview, 2020 vision. And it will cover all those different areas: your work, your career, your finances, your health, your well-being, your relationships, your spirituality, luck and karma. And I hope you'll take a look at that to give you a broader and deeper perspective at astrology.com.au. For those of you that are interested, I'm here to give you a more detailed face-to-face analysis. And that really is the best way to look at what's happening in the coming year, to have your chart prepared using the Vedic system, the karmic system that I'm well versed in, to show you precisely where you're headed and also the remedies that you can utilize to knock the edge off those difficulties and to enhance your good fortune and good luck. So I hope you'll avail yourself of that. Finally, subscribe and have a really safe and happy new year. I'll see you again in February. Bye-bye now.